welcome back again. Here we are talking about leadership lessons from the book 38 Letters of Rockefeller to his son. If you have read the books actually talked about how Rockefeller packaged 38 letters and wrote them to his book. It's full of wisdom, lessons he has learned in life, about success, about money, about how to think, about mindset, and about wisdom. So he packaged everything just like he's talking to his son, John Rockefeller, as we all know. Now, we are trying to extract some leadership lessons he wrote from the book, and we are going to be talking about 15 of them. And I want you to join me today as we talked about each lessons that talks about leadership, about the well-being of a leader, how to lead, what it has taught him, about relationship with people also. And let's up on this journey. So the first one is character is a leader's first currency. We all know we need currency to deal with in business world, with the what we use to exchange currency. It's our mode of exchange. And it tells us that talent can actually open doors for you. Can actually open doors for you, big doors that you ever thought of. But for you to keep that door open, you need character. Your character must be good, the way you relate with people. And if you check 5 people or 10 people around you that you admire, whenever you think about them, think about what you like about them, you will notice that their character is one of the things that is that separates them and that makes you admire them. And a leader's reputation is more valuable than the financial asset. So your reputation matters a lot in partnership with people. There are some partnership, there are some connections that it's your reputation, it's your character that is going to open the door, that is going to make that connection work, rather than the financial asset that you thought you had. So building something tangible is important. But don't forget, your character goes a long way. It's going to help you a lot. It's that first currency you are going to use to work with people, make a lot of things. So work on your character and be better every day. So the second one will be leadership begins with self mastery. It's something that we don't talk about. A lot of struggling leaders out there, they cannot manage their emotions, they cannot manage their impulses, they cannot manage their habits. And one thing that will separate you as a person with good leadership skills is for you to be able to control yourself, conquer yourself, be able to control your emotions, your habits, and your impulses. So you must first conquer yourself. And there are times that there will be problems. There are times that there will be difficulties as a leader. So one thing that is going to separate you from others is the way you are going to manage your emotions, manage situations, and come out of that. You can't see someone say, I'm a warrior that has gone to war and I won so many wars, and the person never went to war. So it is known, your ability is known on how much things you have, solutions you have created when there are problems. When there are problems, how do you manage them? How do you solve them? And one of the things um, Rockefeller said to his son was, when the son was to meet one Wall Street billionaire, Mr. Morgan. So he said, we did not expect you to have the courage to confront the Wall Street billionaire. Moreover, you dealt with him with calmity, eloquence, well mannered, and still have control over your opponent. That's how he said it in that book. That time, Mr. Morgan treated John Rockefeller rudely, but during that time, he was able to be calm during that time, and Rockefeller was actually proud of him. So, this is one of the qualities of a leader when there are problems. How are you able to manage that situations? Because everything is not going to be on a coastal road. And the third one is think in systems, not effort. So a lot of leaders they are in the dual mode. If you are just transiting to a leadership role, your mindset that you had before was to do everything yourself, was to make sure you get the result done, make sure the outcome comes out from you doing everything. But right now, as a leader, you have to switch from that mindset to a leader mindset, whereby you have to coordinate people, you have to see the future of something that you want to do. You have to see the result in your mind and be able to coordinate people to achieve a result. So when you are thinking about effort, about yourself alone, about you doing it alone, that mode is not going to help you as a leader, and that is where you need to live. As a businessman, what he was actually talking about in this lesson was that as a leader in any organization, as you rise, have it in mind to build system that will work even in your absence, when you are not there, when you are absent from that business. Don't be a cog in the machine. When you become cog in machine and you leave immediately, the machines break down, your business breaks down. If you don't build system and think that you are indispensable, you have to be there, you have to approve everything, you have to make sure your presence is there to for things to work. And that's not how business work. Go and check big business out there. The goal of your part of your business is to able to live, to detach for a while and make sure the system is running, the business is running. So he warns against confusing hard work with effective leadership. With effective leadership. While the fourth one, we are going to be talking about the fourth lesson. Are you with us? So money follows value, not position. With time, we've actually talked about that leadership is not about title, it's not about position, but it's about how you are able to function in that position that you are in. It's not necessary that you already got a position before you start learning about leadership, before you start showing the skills that you have as a leader. It's a misconception that a lot of people believed, and it has to, get away with it. Money follows value. It is the value that you created. Is into oil industry. Rockefeller was into oil industry, into oil business, and the value is bringing is supplying oil to people. And for you to get money from them, it's the value that you offer. As a leader, likewise, it's the value you offer to people, not the position, not the title that was written at your door as a person. It's the most important thing is because it's the value you are bringing to that organization. It's the value you are bringing to your organization, to your company that matters. And that's where money goes. So titles do not create wealth. The book, don't forget, the book is also talking about wealth. So value creation. Make sure you create value, increase as a person of value, and learning never ends. Make sure you create value yourself. And one of the things he talked about was he admired people that talks about that have knowledge, that tries to learn. He even pinpoint um how John came out with flying colors from his school, and he always appreciates knowledge. But there is one thing: knowledge is empty if it's not being used. That's one thing Rockefeller doesn't like. What's the essence of learning without using it? Actually, I passed through this challenge too in my leadership journey. While I was learning from my mentors about leadership, I also actually want to learn from the books, learn from people that have written books and a lot of things. And the problem I faced was that I was getting knowledge, theoretical knowledge about leadership, which has also made me to step back a little and stop reading some books about leadership because they are theoretical. They don't apply. They are not applicable to um, practical knowledge. You can't apply them to life. So I had to, skip them and look for books that is going to help me in my everyday life, not the ones that I'm going to be reading theoretical. There is no time for that. It talks about knowledge. Make sure you acquire knowledge that is going to help your IQ, that is going to help you get to that destination, not just reading. I have seen a lot of videos where they said, you have to read 50 books this month, you have to. I don't dispute that. But to make sure you are reading books that increase your knowledge to a destination you are actually going, not just reading them for reading's sake. We talked about professors that also put books together in a theoretical way because he likes to be practical. So you can't blame him for that. He likes to be practical. Rockefeller likes to be practical. So he actually appreciates knowledge when it's being used. So he pointed that out, that knowledge is not actually useful when the knowledge is not applicable, you cannot apply it to the practical way. So that is that. The next one is reputation compounds faster than capital. Your reputation is very important. The trust you have created over time, the integrity you have created over time in your business, it's what is going to help you along the way. Starting the business might be a little bit uphill, but when people trust you and you reach that level, it's going to be easy for you to go to move. So, for you to attract partnership, loyalty, and opportunity that money cannot get for you, you need to create trust, you need to create integrity around what you offer, around your name, because a damaged name is more expensive to repair. And this reminds me of a video I saw online where Dangote and his people, they had to introduce themselves to a president, and each one of them, they were introducing themselves. They said, okay, my name is so so and so. Um, I'm the managing director to Dangote Sugar. They were laying out their credentials say, okay, good afternoon, Mr. President, my name is this, and they were laying down their titles, their everything, I'm doctor, this and it. But when it was the turn of Mr. Dangote, all he said was, hello, Mr. President, my name is Aliko Dangote. He never attached maybe Mr. Doctor, any title, because that name already, yeah, Aliko Dangote already, he has built reputation around it. It has carried a lot of greatness inside already. So there's no need to, you know, add any other things to it. So make sure your reputation, you keep it, your integrity, even you treat your customers well as a business person. It compounds faster than the capital you were thinking to get for your business. So the next one we are going to talk about is leadership is service with responsibility. A lot of us believe that, okay, if I'm in a leadership position, I have authority, I have dominion. I have domination over other people. I just have to order them around and, you know, be at the desk, sit down and rest my back. I'm sorry to break it to you that that's not how it works. It's you serving people. It's you being able to serve your people wholeheartedly and be responsible for three things. You are responsible for the result, you are responsible for the people, yes, and you are responsible for things, how you relate with people out there. So it's you serving people, not actually the other way around that we have been thinking about. And another thing that he talked about on leadership in this lesson was you have to be brave and decisive. He said he studied a lot of people that are great out there, and he has never seen someone that scared and indecisive and still get up there. It is very hard. For you as a leader, you have to be brave and decisive. There are some decisions that are hard to make that you don't know the outcome yet, but it's how you make sure and believe in your head that, okay, if I take this decision, this is how it's going to turn out. That is what is going to make you go far. You have to be brave to make some decisions, and you have to be decisive. Get that? Because everything still comes down to you being a leader, brings of service to people, and you have to be responsible for people, responsible for the outcomes, responsible for your relationship with them. Next one is treat people as long-term asset. If you've heard of this book, Infinity Game by Simon Sinek, where he was talking about how businesses can actually go and have the mindset of playing an infinite game, whereby they are not playing short term for results. It is hard to compete with them because they are playing infinite game. The moment they launch this product, they are not launching it for profitable gain at that moment. They are launching it because they are seeing what they want to do in 10 years time, in 20 years time, and it's infinite. But when you are playing against them, you actually rush, you actually make sure you do everything to beat them, but they are playing with you with an infinite mindset that whether you like it or not, if you are making mistake, they are still working. They are working, they are improving themselves every time with technological advances. They are making plans for long term. And that businesses like Apple, like Amazon, so they are having infinite mindset. So as a business owner, as a leader, make sure you are having infinite mindset. If you get time, you can actually read that book by Simon Sinek. So Rockefeller believed that you have to treat people as long-term asset, not something you use, not people that you use and dump, not something that you are having the mindset of using them for a while and drop them. You don't do that. You add value to people and make sure the best come out from them, and also they carry out the results that you too have in your mind. So it's a win-win. When you treat people well, you respect them. Things that you are going to be experiencing in your business or in your organization is productivity and loyalty. People will be loyal. They will want to work with you when you treat them as long-term assets. Eight, which is simplicity sharpens judgment. Despite Rockefeller's wealth and as a businessman, he has always admired being simple, making sure in everything he does, in properties and things that he acquire, he try to live simple. Why? Because as a business owner, when or as a leader, when you try to be extravagant in your lifestyle, whereby your main goal is your business, that is what the main goal is. But you are living extravagant lifestyle, you are not keeping check of your spending and everything. It can actually drain you and bring down your business. This is one thing that Rockefeller has always lived after. So he lived simple. He believed that extravagant lifestyle and luxury lifestyle, you know, makes him to be distracted from the business, his business actually. So simplicity strengthens clarity. The more simple life he can live, the more he believes that he can move a lot of things. He can actually operate in his business and scale high and be that number one oil mogul in the oil industry. So the lesson number nine is competition is a teacher, not an enemy. If you read that book, you will actually read about series of competitions that Rockefeller has faced. There are a lot of wars he win in those time. There are people that have come into that business also to actually drive him out, to weaken his business, but he always has a game ahead of them and make sure he win at every point. And it has also helped him to acquire a lot of things around his business. So he always see competition as a teacher, as something that challenges him, as something that he loves and not an enemy. But he also outlined that you never go into competitions that is going to make your enemy, because they too they are trying to do business, that is going to weaken them, drive them out completely and destroy being the kind of person they are, that is going to bring them down and weakens their personality or destroys them. So he always solicit for human feelings because he's also connected to people. And the next one leadership lesson is emotional control is strategic power. So leaders who react emotionally surrender their advantage. The ability to think well, the ability to be calm when there are pressures, it's what is going to make you stand out. And calm thinking leads to superior decisions. You want to make superior decisions, you want to make high stake decisions, you have to be calm as a leader. You have to know how to work under pressure and be able to ask yourself questions during those time that you are under pressure. What can I do now? What is the next step? And begin to tackle them step by step. So that is number 10, leadership number 10. And the next one is build for generations, not applause. Build for generations, not applause. When you have it in mind that what is the essence of you building this business, what is the essence of you acquiring wealth, you need to have it at the back of your mind that this is the reasons. So when he's talking then, he was talking about building for generations. He wasn't building his business then just to fade out when he's gone. He's building it to create a legacy even when he's gone, so that the business can run and keep his legacy when he's gone. Part of what he did that he actually appreciated, that he think that is the best investment he has ever made, is giving people scholarships, creating schools, and a lot of growing up students actually want to learn from him, actually want to learn about his business, want to learn about how he's been able to do that be that big person in oil industry. So he was happy when they asked him those questions, and he was able to give them insight about how to be persistent, how to get more doing, and also increase their mindset, because it is what you can actually imagine, that's what you can actually do, that is what you can actually see. So building for generations, not applause of people. So as a leader, when you do things, do it for a reason that is cogent, not for maybe people are seeing me, maybe for the applause and all. You have to do it for a cogent reason and build for generations in your business. We've talked about you not being the cog in the machine. That means you build when you build for a reason, that when you are not there in the business can run. So he always talks about if it's afterlife in the book. He always talk about his afterlife in his book, that okay, this is what I'm expecting my afterlife. He was telling his son, and he believed that he's entrusting that his empire to his son, and he's going to take care of it. And the next one is failure is information, not identity. I was listening to a podcast, and the billionaire was saying he has actually failed 29 times in some businesses. That means he has done businesses that are like 29 and he has failed. A lot of us are scared of failure, but it's during that failure that you are going to learn. And Rockefeller is saying here that it is not your identity. It is a step, is it a teacher, and it's not shameful when you fail. It is educational when you fail. And it also pinpoints something out that is actually true only if you actually change your mind. So he said intelligent people, when people that are intelligent a lot, that are school intelligent, that are academic intelligent, he appreciates him, he never condemns anyone. But he said with time he has noticed that um they are scared to go into the business world. They are scared of failure. They are scared of what people say. They are scared of a lot of things. So they refuse to act. So he was not telling John that he should not be scared of failure, that things that he does sometimes are going to fail, but the big thing he has to take from it are the lessons. So as a leader, don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of failure. Make sure you, as a business owner, make sure you take risk, make sure you do things. And there's a book that John Maxwell wrote, Failing Forward, whereby you are encouraged to try things, you are encouraged to make things happen, whether you are going to work, whether it's going to work or not. So it's how you encourage yourself in learning without self pity. So make sure you learn, make sure you to do better, strive to do better. Yes, and make sure you take risk, calculated ones. So the 13th lesson we are taking from this is wealth without purpose is dangerous. Here is talking about money amplifies your character, whether you are good or evil. Before you get that money, before you get that wealth, and you are saying, when I get this money, I'm going to be a good person, I'm going to be well, and you know that the engine inside of you is actually evil. What you are doing, is evil inside of you. When that money comes, don't forget, it's going to amplify what you are. So you must have a purpose for your wealth. You must have a purpose for the money that comes into your hand at every point in time. And purpose must guide power. So I talked about how he was so happy that he sponsored some children and created some schools. And he's seen how their potentials are actually coming out, how he has been able to help them with his wealth. And he has seen it as one greatest achievement that he has done. And he was very happy to share insight with them during their celebration. The next one is health is leadership goal. We all know that health is wealth. Without your health, everything around leadership that we are talking about you leading people, it is meaningless. Even the wealth you have is meaningless without taking care of your health. So it is your leadership capital. Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you take care of your body. So a weakened body, don't forget, weakens leadership judgment. So you have to take care of your health. Simple. Health is wealth, and health is leadership capital. And lastly, we'll be talking about humility preserves wisdom. He also, talked about gratitude every time, and faith and humility. One of the things he shared with a young man was, the man was quoting, he's a man of faith. Rockefeller was a man of faith. He shared it with him. The man was quoting the scriptures wrong, where he's saying the love of money is the root of all evil. And he was compelled to correct him, saying the love of money, it is not money that is evil. It is the love. When you place it over everything, when you place it over God, and you are controlled with greed, and this will always bring you down if you are too greedy in your endeavors. Another thing that we are taking from it is, you have to be humble in your dealings with people, with dealings with high up. He narrated a story whereby one of his partner actually want to partner with a big mogul in another industry, and it was ridiculed. The man did not actually partner with him because he felt He's not up there, yes, he's not, he's junior. And he was, his friend was so down, he was not happy, he was sober. And Rockefeller went to meet him and said, see, this is what you are going to do. This is, don't think about it too much. And later, in after some years, the man that they went to meet, that his friend went to meet then, actually wants to partner with them because he's seen some potentials that they have in their business. So he wants to partner with them. He wasn't humble then. So Rockefeller now said he should come over to his office to discuss business with them, to, if he wants to partner with them. The man actually came, and when he sat down at tables with them, he had to, be humble with them. He had to be humble with them because he had already belittled them, and they were actually happy that they have been raised up, they have actually become big in their business, and they had to partner with him. He needs them at that moment. He needs them at that moment. I hope you've gotten a lot of value today from the leadership lessons from the book 38 Letters of Rockefeller to his son. If you have gained a lot of value now, make sure you follow Shodiya Emmanuel for more, and we are going to be dropping a lot of value for you to learn as a leader in your endeavor. See you next time.